Let me tell you a story about how God and human work together in harmony. This is a real-life story that happened to me during the COVID-19 period. This is also to remind you of the reason why I can't tell my story earlier. Because I don't know what to do with them. It was only during the COVID period that I started to discover the reason why it is important to tell my story. Even the hardship that I have to tell so that you all understand as an example. Why we are here on earth and have so much experience in life and why things happen to us and for what purpose. Ever since I came to Dubai with the intention of discovering who I am as a being, I have known that all the visions I see in my mind as if they were real. With the dreams I have dreamt in my sleep. The thing that happens while I am awake. A voice that speaks to me as if he were standing right in front of me. People who seem like a guiding angel speak to me. I even wonder why I didn't die sooner, since my mother would have aborted me. And my grandfather would have loved to throw me in the trash. Why does God have to save me by using people to let me live? These have all become my reasons for seeking an answer to the truth about myself. We all know that the truth will set us free. Finding the reason means finding the truth. Though the narrative has no sense if I eliminate the people who turned into the instrument and part of my story, that is. They too must know the truth, whether it is a mistake or not. I tried to remove them. This is about uncovering and changing rather than destroying others. Because going or entering Christ's body in the spiritual realm is sacred. And this is mandated by the will of God, and no one can enter without following His will. And God selects His people rather than Christ. Christ only accepts them from the Father to prepare the chosen one to listen for His voice. And examine them as He tests me to follow Him. Why do I know this? Because I was present there. Though Christ is quick because He is in spirit and I am not that much. I have tried to force myself to enter through the door. Though my inner voice tells me I belong there, it is not yet my time. Staying at home and adhering to safety guidelines because COVID-19 implies no tourists in April. More than a week or two, as if I watched and read everything. And as the boredom begins to set in, I head back for the Philippines. Booked a confirmed airline ticket. A few days go and a buddy phones to ask me to help her in her company. But I tell her I have a ticket going home reserved, and she agrees. I understand. As days pass, then what will I do in the Philippines in view of COVID? Then I wonder, what would I do if I got home and it was COVID, not feasible for travel, and I didn't have a job? And abruptly a voice answers as though he is right in front of me, tell your story. Then after a short while, I asked myself if anyone enjoys listening to a terrible story. I respond to myself, I don't know. Thus I don't bother it, I just toss it aside in my head. Then I recall I must remain in my human father's house when I return home and become aware of his negative attitude. Approximately more than 3 years before COVID, in that first year God trained me. And since I asked to live at the present moment. The equivalent of the Bible's reference to be born again. This is a metamorphosis or change of the inner being that results in our own conviction, not a religious denomination. I won't say in here since that's another tale waiting to be told. Thus I beg heaven to let me go in Devo, not in my human father's home. Since I already transformed and having his pattern of negativity would interfere with my conscious mind once more. I wait 1 week and all that comes to mind is something, a message in an email. The message is cancelled ticket, no flight. Please reschedule your flight. Thus, I merely received another date and subsequently, cancelled again. I wonder what's happening. After a few days of pondering on the matter, I eventually speak to myself again and implore in a prayer, Godfather, this is all I have. Should you keep with the COVID? I will simply sleep on the road, I cannot even buy my food. And as I waited for a response, my phone rings, it was my Chinese buddy. And she said, Kathy, I didn't call you because of me. But my husband keeps on asking me to phone you to tell you to come and work with me. I am listening to her, and I have a feeling that a message from heaven, not a human, is speaking to me. The message is really encouraging. It's not usual to know what a husband demands his wife to do. I concur, then I test, and I say, all right, and send me 50 dirhams mobile credit. Because I am unable to go outside. She did, and when I got it I said, this is what heaven likes me to do. I personally accept it.